How did you meet your wife? Yahoo.com's singles. No joke. You know, like OkCupid and those websites? There was a period of time where Yahoo had a singles thing, and I met her on there. On that website, anyone could basically browse the singles, but you could only that's how they get you. But if you wanted to send a message that was anything other than a pre-generated phrase, such as we have a lot in common, you know, something like that. If you wanted to send anything besides a pre-generated phrase, you had to sign up for the monthly fee, which was like $20. You know, they called the pre-generated phrases were called icebreakers. I sent out a couple of those. I made a profile on there. Some people messaged me that terrified me. She sent me an icebreaker, and I was like, oh man, if I send her back an icebreaker, this is just going to be like playing chicken. We're just going to send icebreakers back and forth, and neither of us are going to be able to say anything because we're both too cheap to buy the $20 thing. And I was like, all right, so I paid the $20, and I sent her a message like, hey, if you want to talk, you know, outside of this dumb program, here's my email address. And then she sends me back like, oh, thank God, most people on here are too stupid to do that. I'm like, oh, nice, I'm already a step up. We met on there, and the rest is history. There is a running joke. So my wife is Russian, and there is a running joke that I got a Russian mail order bride for $20. Was she living in Russia at the time? No. To go a little extra on this Russian bride story, when we went to get married, y'all will like this. My wife wanted to get married. I always feel the need to really over-explain this. We planned this wedding a year in advance. This was not some spontaneous thing. She wanted to get married in Las Vegas because she thought it was beautiful. And of course, my first thought is the crap you see on TV. She wanted Elvis or like freaking Star Trek people to marry us. And I was like, what? And then she picked out this place that was like, it was an outdoor open lawn, mountains in the background. It was gorgeous, and there was no like silly characters or anything. It was like a normal wedding, but then it also happened to be in Las Vegas. So we go out there. Everyone we told, you know, you're here for your hotel room, like a taxi driver, like, oh, where can I take you? We're like, oh, we're going to the courthouse to get documents. I was like, oh, you've been drinking the water. And we're like, no, this is not spontaneous. Like, we just felt the need to explain this to everybody. But at the wedding ceremony itself, the priest, whatever, the guy who does the talking, the guy in the black suit who's like, you know, you may now kiss the bride, that guy, he was talking to my dad and we were filling out the paperwork. And you know, there's that whole thing where the groom's not supposed to see the bride right before the wedding. I haven't seen her in hours, and we're filling out the paperwork for the ceremony. My dad has the same dry sense of humor that I've got. I get it from him. And the guy's like, have you seen her yet? I think he was about to lead into like, oh man, she looks amazing. She's beautiful, but blah, blah, blah. My dad's like, no. My dad, while we're both head down with a pen filling out paperwork, my dad just very dryly goes, no, we haven't met her yet. She was a Russian mail order bride. And I just kind of like... And that's all I did. I just kind of like exhaled and barely shook my head. I thought it was very obvious my dad was making stuff up. I thought. Later on, he pulls me aside, justice of the peace, whatever, the minister pulls me aside and he's like, I want you to know you got a really pretty one. And I was like, what? And I mentally, what? I didn't say it. I was just like, okay. And then it was like way later that I realized he thought I actually ordered her online. I didn't piece that together for so long. And then we go through the whole ceremony, and like I'm talking to her later, and I kind of piece it together, and I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, what is it? And I think we were in the limo driving back to the hotel from the ceremony. And I was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. And she's like, what is it? Oh man, the minister thinks I ordered you online. And she's like, what? Like she like squawked. And I immediately realized this just went from being funny to an ordeal. No, it's not a big deal. My dad made this dry joke, and the guy didn't realize he was joking, and I didn't realize that he didn't realize that he was joking, and he thinks that I ordered you off the internet. And she was in her wedding dress. It was her day, and she was just so offended. She was just like, what? She was just so offended that the whole time she was up there for the ceremony, the guy thought that I, like, got her shipped in a box or something. And it's one of those things that, you know, my dad brings up every time he shouldn't bring it up. Like, oh, remember that time? Oh, thanks, Dad. I have to live with her while this is the topic. Hi, YouTube. But yeah. Russian mail order bride is a common joke when it's applicable in our house.